Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 3 of RRL Season 1 F1 at China. And as you probably heard, I'm joined by my fellow co-commentator, VSR RoscoArm. Ross, welcome.
Good evening once again. Hopefully everybody can hear me. We did have a few little issues on Fryzy's stream last week, but thankfully I am recording my own stream, so we've got a pretty handy backup here. But here we go for China. I think we've all survived the coronavirus. It is a fine day, so let's see what China can bring.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. And I've got everything up and running on my end. I've got the track map and the tyre fittings, and a few drivers are on the hards. Derek, Dill, Donor, and a wild Mitchy 950 as well. But as we wait for drivers to start their laps, Ross, can you give everyone a reminder of the championship standings?
Yes, I can. So, at the current moment, after the first 2 rounds of the season, Ristel is on the top of the leaderboard on 43 points, 15 points clear of I'm Death Row in P2. So still an Alfa Romeo 1-2 up the top. BRL Jared, obviously with that race victory, moving himself up into position 3. Ahead of Penske, who's doing pretty well at the moment in P4. Benny in position 5, ahead of RBHR Edge. Exodona is in position 7. Dubstep is in 8th. Conrad is 9th. And is that Matt? We rounded out your top 10 with 6 points. Pannash is on 11. Is in 11th with 2 points, as well as Withers in 12th. Miwady's got 1 point and still waiting to get onto the points scoring list this season. And we've got Mitchy, Dill, Tiny Scotto, Formula Fish, Owens, and Derek Kidd. The same can be said for Calvo and Neon Treedome, who are reserve drivers, as my internet's at a bit of a moment here, so just give me a second until I can get this sorted out and we can get to the constructors. Won't take too long, hopefully. Just load up now. Here we go. Righto. Constructors, Alfa Romeo, no surprise, are the leaders on 71 points, 30 points clear of Renault in P2. Then you got Toro Rosso in position 3, ahead of Red Bull in P4. Then Racing in points in P5. Mercedes in 6th. Haas in 7th. Williams in 8th, along with Ferrari with 2 points in 9th. And McLaren, the only team yet to score points this season. So there's a little rundown of the drivers and constructors standings, Fryzy.
Yes, and they were very well read out, and I just turned down my game audio a little bit so people can actually hear me. As I'm on board with Derek Kidd, he's the first car on this will be the first car to set a lap time on the hard tires, and we see a lot of people on the softs as well, but I'm thinking they're going to be in lean and none. Just to do a lap on them, and then probably do a lap on the mediums. But the Ferrari boys are on, one's on mediums and the other's on hards. Your thoughts?
Yeah, interesting strategy play. I think, I think for Mitchy here, it might be just trying to just set laps, just go around here, just try and waste a bit of time because, like you said, it's a pretty simple strategy of a one-stop. Although, knowing China, weather could just definitely play a bit of a factor. So I haven't heard yet whether there's any weather forecast. Oh, actually, yes, I have. Right on cue. BRL Jared just saying all dry. So we won't have any wet weather here. So it'll be definitely a one-stop, I think, mediums to hards. Though I would be surprised if we see a few guys qualify on the soft compounded tyres. Although I don't think they'll last very long, in my opinion. Again, I haven't driven China in this game, so I have no clue of certain strategies around here.
Yeah, I actually missed the Saturday race, so I have no idea what exactly happened. From what I've gathered is that it was a wet to dry quali, and that was pretty much it really. As Panish goes provisional pole with a 33.5, but he's on the softs. Derek Kidd was on provisional pole, but he's in P2 with a 34.0 on the hards. Then it's Conrad, Penske, Edge on softs with Donut and Dill on the hard tyres with a lap time of a 35.8 and a 35.9 respectively. So let's have a look at me Wadey. He's doing his outlap, so I'm guessing Mitchie will be the next one across the line, set a time lap.
P8.
P8. He must have had a bit of an incident, maybe. It's Calbo P3.
There's a very nice lap from
Wow.
Calbo on a 34.2 on the soft compounder tyres. So you just see Derek Kidd. No, he doesn't improve. He set a 37.7 on that lap, so I think that might have been his cool down lap. So I think he might be going for another flyer again.
Just on board with Master Berserk, who is a reserve driver for tonight in the other Mercedes. He comes around the final corner. What would be his lap time be? He's on the hards. And P2 for Mr. Berserk. A 33.9, still 4/10 off Panish, who comes into the pits. No surprise there.
First driver so
And
far
the next car will be
of the hard compound runners to get into the 33s.
Well, Miwade's just at the hairpin on the long back straight. He's about to set his first time lap, hopefully, unless he's actually going to set it. Oh, gets a bit squirmish on the exit, but he goes up to P2 with a 33.8. Miwade. And Withers has gone for a spin at the snail section, but Jared will probably set a lap time, I think. Maybe, yes he will, but it's going to be not a good lap. Just a banker lap with a 34.8. Derek Kidd goes into P2 with a 33.7 on the hards. X still goes into P4 with a 33.8 as well. So, top 5, 4/10 of a second. There or thereabouts.
Yeah, pretty close at the moment. Williams 1-2 at the moment here. I think, well, so far we've had an Alfa Romeo 1-2 in qualifying in Australia. Didn't quite pan out the way it did in Bahrain with, I think, the Renault boys. But current form, Williams guys looking good at the moment here.
I caught the back end of Withers' lap, and he made a big mistake at the final corner. That's why his lap time's not that great. I'm on board with B Dubstep 23. He's at the long snail section on towards the back straight. This long back straight. I'm expecting a lot of passes over straight. Are you, Roscoe?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is probably one of the major passing spots here. We're going down into the turn 14 section here. Get it nicely slowed down here as you can. Obviously, the DRS will help that as well. Let's see where Dubstep ends up here. Obviously hasn't set a lap time as of yet. Across the line.
He will now.
P3.
33.7. Man, it's going to be a close qualifying session. Top 6. 4/10 of a second. Jared's done a 34.2. So he's moved up. The driver not to set a lap time is our championship leader, Rixel. And I think that was Exadona that moved up into P7.
It was. 34.0, just ahead of Jared.
Who else is on the lap?
Oh, Berserk to the top.
Berserk goes... Yeah, I was just about to check Berserk in 33.4. Provisional pole as Panish will be out on his outlap on another set of soft tyres. So he's going the aggressive strategy. We've got a racing point, but he's on his out lap.
Withers is around again, coming out of, I think that's turn 4, I think.
Does that 7 ERS. Jared's on a flyer. Come around the hairpin.
Not sure whether we are allowed to say this a lot, but we did think that he and Rixel were going to start from the back, but I don't know whether that is actually going to happen here. Let's see where Jared pops himself here in the P4.
P4, just behind Derek here, so Jared will have some competition.
Oh, never mind.
Derek here goes provisional pole. What a lap time. Yellow flags in sector 1. I think there's people getting out of the way.
Yes, I think it is.
Berserk might be coming. Let's have a look at Panish. He's getting the stream from the Ferrari.
Yeah, it's just seeing that. Withers pulls out of the way. Good timing. Just slow down for the slowish hairpin. Nice run out of here.
Gets it. It's all coming down to this final corner. Gets a nice X. It opens up DRS with Panish in pole with a 33-1. Might have to do another lap. 3 central softs.
Berserk's around at in between turns 2 and 3 there.
Let's have a look. Where's Mitchie? There's Mitchie's on his out lap. Rixel is on soft tyres. Have a look at Edge. Edge moves at the P9 with a 34-1. Not bad, Edge. Not bad. Owen just expecting more from you now because you got that podium.
Yes, very true.
Last week. Jared moves up the P4.
Penske just moved up to P11 there. I think he's up 1 spot there with a 34-4.
That's Rixel. So that's Berserk. That's Panish. Let's have a look where all the drivers are. So, oh, me wait, it goes very wide. And Mitchie will get that OP slipstream on the back straight.
I was going to say, I think both these drivers are on a, both of these are on a fly. Oh, Mitchie, very wide. How was that not an invalidation of the lap time there? I don't know, but I've got away with it. That'll cost him time.
And he comes. We waiting at the hairpin, gets a nice-ish exit.
Mitchie's
Comes around the
used
final
to
corner.
ERS as well.
Waiting goes provisional pole with a 32.5. She's P3.
Yeah.
With a 33.4 on mediums. Alright, Ross. We've got under 5 minutes left. We're going to play the prediction game again.
Here we go.
Who do you think... Who's your shout for pole? Who do you think will get pole tonight?
Ooh, this is... I mean, probably I would probably state the obvious. Either maybe Rixel if he qualifies, if he actually sets a lap time, which we still don't know yet, or maybe even Jared, who's yet to still set a lap on the medium tyres. But
hey, Rixel's around.
Oh, never mind.
Rixel's around. Alright, been on him since you've given your predictions, and he just spun it at the long snail section on the to get onto the back straight.
Yeah, I have a feeling maybe someone could be a bit of a surprise packet here. I don't know whether maybe someone will strap on the soft tyres or not and go for a fly, or whether the sheer majority of these guys would go on to the start race on the medium compounded tyres. But it would be a good one here. This is going to be a tricky one here.
Penish does improve, but not by much. There's a 33.0 on 3 lap softs. And I don't think he'll have enough
He's just getting out of the way of both the Red Bulls, I think. Yes.
Where's Cal? The Renault is in. I think that's Conrad. Conrad's in the P6 too. With a 33.4 on his mediums.
A decent lap all round for Conrad.
So, sorry to cut you off. So you'll give us your prediction.
I'd probably say the obvious with Jared, but I wouldn't rule out maybe Derek Kidd or even Master Berserk could play a bit of a factor. Although saying that, I've seen Mitchie's just put on the soft top panel tyres, so Mitchie might play a factor here as Dubstep's just moved himself up into P2. What do you reckon, Frizy?
Well, as I was about to say, we wait up. Dubstep is in the P2, first of the medium runners. We wait is put it on a set of softs. I mean, there's always Jared, there's always Rixel, Derek Kidd, maybe even Dubstep could be a shout.
Very true.
Like if he wanted to go again, but even Berserk. For pole, I don't know. I think Panish will miss out on his third flyer for his set of softs, which will be unfortunate. But yeah, as I said, Wade on softs, Mitchie's on softs, Withers is on softs. I mean, it's tough. I'm thinking probably Jared. As Conrad retires. Rixel's on mediums. Conrad happy with his 33.4 on his mediums.
I think Panache as well will be another one that'll be staying in the pit lane for the rest of this, if not retiring from this session. Who's the first one here to start a flyer? Oh no, Dubstep.
It'd be Edge.
Dubstep's already done his lap, so he'll be in and he'll be retiring. So yeah, RBHR Edge in P12.
Take a board on Edge to see him for his entire lap. What can the one-time podium sitter can do in this qualifying session? I'm thinking everybody might just be able to get their lap in. There's a Renault that went very far wide at the hairpin. One of the Red Bulls is in. That's Calvo. There's a Ferrari at the hairpin. He's not going to make it.
That'll be Mitchie. Yes, he won't make it. He's actually crashed himself out, I think.
And Penske goes
hello.
pole. 32.4 on the mediums. Feels like sector one. I think that's Penske.
Yeah.
Probably just going to retire.
Yeah, there's no one around him here, and I am not surprised there at all. So here we go.
Edge.
First one is going to be Edge. It looks like I don't think Donor is going to be setting another lap either. He's currently P3.
Here comes Edge at the final corner. Oh, it runs a little bit wide. P6. This is Master Berserk will be the next one. And I think it's X Deal.
Berserk to the pole.
Goes provisional pole. Deals in the P6. Who's next? I think it's... Oh, Rixel's crashed. So he'll be starting last. Unless someone gets disqualified. And Rixel has left the session apparently.
Okay.
Hopefully someone can get him in. Here comes Withers.
Waiting to the top.
Provisional pole. Where's Jared? I think Jared's just in that pole.
No, he hasn't.
No, Jared's P2.
Oh,
Wow.
look at the margin.
Lady X048 is on pole here, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, look at that gap. I know soft against mediums isn't that much of a gap, but wow.
Yeah, wow.
Miwadi and Berserk has left the session.
Okay.
So we're going to lose 2 drivers. As Miwadi is on pole, followed by BRL Jared, Master Berserk's P3. Hopefully he can get back in with Derek Kidd P4, Penske 5th, Donut 6th, B-Dub Step 7th, X still in 8th, Panish in 9th in the other Williams. Very nice result. And Edge is in P10 with Mitchie P11, Conrad P12, Calbo 13th, and Withers in 14th, and Rixel in 15th. Hopefully we can get them all in.
I don't know whether we can. I think it's maybe a bit too late for those guys to rejoin. I could be wrong, but
I don't know if we're going to restart or not. But that's really unfortunate especially for Master Berserk. He's on P3, and the championship leader has disconnected as well. I think everybody's trying to get them in. I don't think they can make it. No, I don't think they can. Ah, that is a real shame.
Oh man, with those guys with they were Master Berserk especially P3 and Rixel P15. So it might be down to just the 13 runners here for this race.
That is heartbreaking stuff there.
Yeah.
Just have a look at the tyre strategies from 11th down. We got Mitchie on the mediums, Conrad on the mediums, Calbo on the hards, Withers on the hards, and Sean Rixel on mediums, but
That might disappear off the graphic maybe when the race starts. Maybe, I don't know, but all the majors drop for the back of the grid. I do not know,
but we're in for an interesting race here, Roscoe.
Yes,
as they're
true.
all coming on the back straight. So I want race winner and surprise podium.
Well, race winner, considering I'm probably going to be I sound like a broken record here, but I think with where Jared is with position 2 and obviously Wadey on the soft compounder tyres, unless something drastically happens to him off the start there, I think Jared may have this one in the bag. Surprise podium. Okay. Who could be a real surprise podium here? But maybe Penske. Why not Penske for a surprise podium? What about you, Frizy?
Race winner. Maybe Derek Kidd. You know, bit of a shout.
Bit of a difference.
First race of the season. You know, one can never know. Surprise podium. I think Miwadi's in with let me work my words right. Is in within a shout. As we get ready for 5 red lights here at the Chinese Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go. Miwadi gets off to a fantastic start. Jared's going to be unchallenged as the Toro Rosso. I think that's Penske's move up to P3. Oh, get around slightly. Oh, good. There's a Williams right back. That's Panish. But Miwadi is off to a flying start ahead of Jared and Penske. Oh, they're going 3 wide. Here comes Derek Key down the inside. There's a Red Bull of Exodona as well. gets through unscathed. As Withers is in the 9th, Mitchie in the 8th, as Donor makes a move on Derek Kidd. Penske stays in the P3. As Bewady is leading this Chinese Grand Prix ahead of BRL.
Whoa! Someone in the background, one of the Toro Rossos. I think it's Still.
I think that's X-Still. Yellow flag sector 2. Master Berserk as well might have got caught in on that. Has
No.
been wait, where are you going? Wait, what? That was very, very wide from Bewady right there.
Trying to break the slipstream,
Jared's
Jared.
looking at a move.
Straight away, just trying to break the slipstream. Someone's off the road there. Looked like possibly Edge.
That was, yeah. It was, with the next move on Edge, as we waited just the fast lap of the Grand Prix, as what looked like a 2-second gap is now gone. Yellow flag sector 3. I think
Still
that's
again.
X-Still again.
Yeah, he's got front
Dubstep,
wing damage, I
first
think.
to 6. All under a second of each other, so it's going to be a slipstream fest. X comes into the pits for a wing change, I presume. There's the 2 Ferraris, 7th and 8th here, ladies and gentlemen. What a start from those 2.
Very nice start.
Withers,
And obviously opposite
Withers,
strategies
Withers
as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Withers coming back up the field from P14 and Michi from P11. As we're on board with Bewady's, Jared's pounding him.
Oh, he thought about a move going through turn 12 then, but well, just would have probably waited a little bit longer. He should. Whoa, very wide there.
Jared!
Coming out of the carousel section there. If anything, he might try for a move down his yellow flags. Mitchie, I think, is around.
Yep, I think it is Mitchie, but I'm on board with Penske watching this battle. Penske gets hit from behind from Donor. Jared doesn't make the move yet. Probably waiting for that DRS straight with it. And they're just swapping positions.
Lap time's being set as Jared
inside.
has a look. Might have put Wadey off a little bit here. Just holds on
the
here.
inside, but Wadey will have the inside for the next corner round. There you go. Oh, no contact made yet. Luckily.
Might be under attack here at turn 6. He's got the move done, I think.
Oh, Jared on the inside. Oh,
Got
a
him.
bit of contact. Yes, Jared has him. But what can Wadey do? Will he wait for the DRS straight on the back straight?
Can't afford to drop behind him too far. If he gets outside that 1 second gap, then he won't get the DRS. Now he's under attack from that Toro Rosso. Penske will nearly have Red Bull dominate a team here with both Penske and extra Donor. Derek is off too far behind either.
I'm just looking at the RSs. Wadey has nothing. Like he's got about he's got 33%. Penske's got 70% and Jared has 90%. So but DRS will help. He'll have DRS as well.
Yeah, did have the DRS. To Penske to go for a dive
Down the
bomb.
inside. Oh my God! No
it's a late
contact.
one. He got the move done.
But here comes Exodona.
So Conrad and Withers are switching spots here. Oh, hello.
Around. No surprise there.
Yeah, the
Jared
Derek
has
is.
a 1.1 second gap as Donor and Wadey.
Oh, Wadey!
Hits in a straight line.
Just got the back end of that one there. I thought it looked like he went for a little bit of a Tokyo drift there, but let's just save it. And he's dropped back now to P4 behind both the Red Bull and the Toro Rosso.
Those soft tyres don't last a lot around here.
No, they don't.
About 4 or 5, maybe even 6 laps, maybe.
The beauty of it is in the top 5 are sort of pulled away a little bit here. This is about a 4-second gap back to Edge. As Wadey, I think, is he letting him go? Yes, he has, I think, or might have made a little error.
Yeah, I think he might have just let him go. I think that his tyre's starting to go. But here comes Exodona on the back straight. He'll have DRS and the slipstream overtake mode. Will he make the move on Penske? Down at the hairpin. Gaining, but not enough.
Hopefully there's not too much of a civil war between the two Red Bulls. Sorry, yeah, Calbo.
I was going to say Calbo and Conrad going side by side at the hairpin. And Conrad gets the move done. Jared sits another fastest lap. Wadey is in the pits. Edge moves up the P5. But Dono and Penske is still close with each other. And we all know about these two history in league racing.
That's very true. Wadey's gone on to the medium compound, so that would suggest a 2-stop around here, but he'd need a safety car probably maybe to save him a little bit. Whether we get one around here or not, I don't actually know. Panache a little bit sideways coming off the corner there. I think he's soft deciding to go off here. Oh, Conrad, very wide. Coming out of turn 6 there. We'll make sure he's at
Williams. I just looked at the track map. I was just going to say that 2 Williams are in a Ferrari sandwich at the moment.
Yep.
With Withers ahead of Panish and Derek Kidd and Mitchie bring up the rear. Panish is closing on Withers for P8, but this is the battle for P2 between Exodona and Penske. Well,
Withers may have a
very
bit
close again.
Withers may have a bit of wing damage as well. There we go with the DRS. Don't think he's quite close enough again.
No, he's in medium ERS. He's probably saving it for a later date as Mitchie overtakes Panish for P10. As Dubsted's right in this as well.
So Derek, he got by his teammate. Here comes Derek again on Withers. Up to P8, yes. This is now a bit of a recovery drive for him after that spin a couple of laps ago in the final corner here. We don't actually know entirely what happened. Well, I didn't see it on my screen. Frazzy, I don't know whether you caught it or not.
I don't think I did, which is unfortunate.
This is why we need replay cameras on F1 2020 for the spectator mode. Is the Ferrari boys?
Mitchie and Withers are swapping. Yeah, I was just going to say Mitchie and Withers are swapping positions, and it looks like Panish is done a spin.
Yep. So those soft tyres are well and truly dead as Randy goes again. There's a fantastic
I think
outside
starting
shot
on
there.
the soft tyres wasn't the smartest of moves.
No, probably
get your
not.
pole, but does get your pole, but as Dubster gets a 3-second penalty.
I'm not surprised there. The way he cut that corner at turn 11, I'm not surprised at all that that was a corner cut.
Penske's in overtake mode. Just staying ahead of Exodona. Just.
Yeah, he has to be, really, because he's not getting any help with DRS at all, because Jared's building that gap to 3 seconds. Considering he's still under a second, Jared 35.8 on lap 6. That's all Penske needs to do.
I was just going to say, for all those that missed it, Rixel and Master Berserk left, had a disconnect at the end of qualifying. That's why they're not racing, and I have no idea why they're still on the leaderboard. It's nice Codemasters.
I think it's just another glitch or something from those guys, so yeah.
But this is the closest battle on track, and that's what we like to show. Don't want to show Jared, who's like nearly 4 seconds ahead, and say, oh, Jared's going to walk away now, and not show you the rest of the battles. But this is a fight for P2 in Dubstep's not far behind as Panish comes into the pits. Dona's gaining a lot.
Finally getting off those soft tyres. And yeah, Dona's now, this is probably one of the closest he's been, I think, to Penske. You get a nice run here. Just avoid all that dirty air there and get a nice run. And this could be an opportunity here going down into the slow hairpin. Again, I don't know what it is. Maybe difference of setup or whatnot, but Penske's just got enough straight line speed.
Yeah, well, Penske was in overtake mode and Dona was in high DRS mode, so...
That probably may have helped as well. Jared again,
Derek Kidd is
5-7.
Derek Kidd's close up on Calvo on the back straight, won't make a move yet. As B Waiting moves up the P10 on Withers, the last point pain position.
Should be good for Wade. He's
He gets
already
to move
scored
on.
1 point this season all round. I think he DNF the last time.
Yeah,
that's on the points in Bahrain.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he DNF'd at Bahrain.
that was Derek Kitt now, I think. Oh no, he's still going side by side here with Calbo for 7th and 8th.
Derek Kidd gets the move done. Oh my god, yes he does.
I think
Lucky Calvo doesn't lose a bit of end plate.
Yeah, I think Calvo wanted a bit of a fight there, but does see the difference of the tyres. Maybe something to do with it there, but I think this would nearly been a point. I think, well, maybe just a tad longer where the mediums start to go off just slightly. Not by much, but just slightly.
Here we go, he's done it. He's in overtake mode, DRS. Moves back down the medium, and Penske still survives.
Yeah.
He must be running lower wings than Dona.
So this must be set up by as Jared again, 35.5, new fastest lap. Gap is now nearly 6 seconds out in front. But yeah, I think there must be a bit of difference in setup. Like, oh, Dona going a little bit too wide there going through to turn 1. But yeah, it might be difference in the setup-wise between these two. It's a little bit tricky because obviously you want to have lowish wings for the long straights, but you do want to have just a little bit of wing, obviously, for these, well, mainly the sector 2 part, just so you can probably get the turn in the car.
Yeah, and I think that's where Dona is gaining all that time on Penske. Way, sorry. Penske's in none. Dona's in medium.
It's good for Penske to like save ERS because they'll need a lot for this back straight here. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Maybe
fuel as well.
Oh yes, the fuel. Wouldn't that surprise me at all with the Dona maybe thinking about possibly an undercut.
Yeah, I could see that happening. It's Penske's pulling away slightly. Dona's probably thinking, what do I have to do to get past him? As we're on lap 10 of 28, this first 10 laps have flown by.
Literally.
This is still the closest battle on track.
Dubstep's sort of fallen away from this group a little bit. He's 2.7 seconds now behind both all the Red Bull sister teams, per se. And the gaps have fanned out a little bit after that. Next nearest battle is probably Derek Kidd, slightly closing in here on Conrad for 6th.
Derek Kidd's making a charge up the field again after his, I think it was lap 2 or 3 spin at the final corner.
Yep. Dana ran a little bit wide there through turn 11, so that'll lose him momentum here. We still have DRS, but obviously with that straight line speed in that Toro Rosso, they've started to pull away here.
Both equal ERSs. I think Dana might just have a little bit more. But he gains a lot in the braking zone.
See what happens here with Derek Kidd. Slowly, surely closing in here on Conrad.
Down the inside of the hairpin.
Get it slowed down.
Oh, what a camera shot. Oh my god.
It's a great shot.
Gets the move done. That's Derek Kidd moving up to P6. As the battle for P2 is still on.
Dana breaks so deep there. Nearly looks like he's going to run into the back of that Toro Rosso, but just get a very, very small gap between he and Penske. Might be in for a shot for come the final sector onto that back straight there.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it might be the closest he's been for a while. It's 0.4 of a second. He get a nice run.
In overtake mode,
Sorta.
and should get the DRS. Just slowly but surely closing in here, but doesn't quite have enough.
Loving the camera shots from Codemasters too.
Yeah.
Donut still stays P3 and runs really wide.
Look at he's lost momentum then. Again, the straight line speed of that Toro Rosso. So it's just pretty much now, I think, bang on for when the pit stop sort of phase opens, I believe.
I think so. I'm not a guru with the pit stops at China.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably say now lap 15 maybe. Somewhere in between there.
Yeah. We'll wait and see here. Like we said earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if Exodona maybe tries to go for an undercut. Whether Penske may have an idea of maybe trying to avoid that undercut, whether he tries to do something different, but we'll wait and see.
All upshifts too early, I think.
So Penske did get a little bit sideways coming out of that corner, but I think he's gotten away with it.
Yeah, overtake mode, high modes, yep. What does Jared do? He stays out for another lap.
Continues on. Okay, what's going to happen with these two? Are these going to stay out? No, Penske comes in.
Penske's in. That's very bold of Penske. Maybe get the undercut on. The donut needs to push. This Dumpstat is also in. The donut needs to push now.
He has to. Edge is also in. And I think most of these guys will come in.
Well, Cowboy stay, but runs really wide. Cowboys move up the P3. Yes, he does.
Yep.
He made his back up to P5, but behind Penske, so he's lost out massively there.
No, that's okay. Cowboys.
Conrad.
Cowboys a little bit out of.
Conrad and,
yeah, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say Conrad and Mitchie were also in as well. But yeah, I was just going to reiterate your point. Yeah, Cowboys out of sync at the moment. Comes Jared on the back straight.
Oh, this is close between these two here. I think that may have lost Penske a little bit of time there behind Calbo.
So we've got the race leader. What does he stay out or come in?
I would say he's coming in. No, stays out.
No,
My
he's
bad.
staying out.
But Donor, I would think he has to come in. Gonna have to try the overcut this time. No, continues on as well.
He stays out. Old strategy from Donor. It's about a 22-second gap.
Yep.
That he'll need for the pits, I think, at China. Maybe 23. The gap is now 20.9, so...
Well, Calbo, where are you going?
It's really wide.
Picked up a 3-second time penalty for his troubles.
Do you think Calbo might stretch it to a soft run?
It's not impossible that he might try it. But you have to really stretch him a very long way. I mean, we saw earlier with both Wadey and Panache that the softs really die off pretty quickly, so you'd have to take them very, very late into the low to mid 20s probably to make softs work, I would say.
No, Withers is in as for his stop on the medium tyres. Mitchie's in the P10. Catching up to Conrad straight. The legendary Steve Bingham. And that gap between Donor and Penske is coming down. Jared stays out again. Donor goes really wide at the hairpin.
That cost him a bit of time there.
Now officially in.
I don't know. I have a feeling maybe this will lose in margin compared to where he was to Penske because he was really close, but let's see what happens in the pit stop. Hard compounder tyres. Away he goes.
And away he goes. Here comes Penske. Where's Donor? There's Penske. There's Donor. There's Penske. I think Penske might get him. Yes, he does. Penske stays ahead of exit Donor, and the undercut does work. But Donor has 2 lap fresher tyres.
That's very true. But he's lost a bit more margin because he was like, what, under 5.5 a second earlier, but now it's nearly 3 seconds. A little bit under 3 seconds, actually, between Donor and Penske.
Yeah, I was on board for Donor towards the end, and he was wide at the hairpin. Didn't have a good pit entry as Withers overtakes Panish for P12 at the back, and Jared's nearly going to lap him. But I think Jared might come in.
Have to be very, very soon. I would think 29-second gap over Penske. And in he comes.
Yeah, Jared does come in. It's the gap he wanted. Here comes dubstep on Carbo. Nice camera shots again.
The rear quarter panel
Dubstep
of the
makes
car.
the move.
Hard compounder tyres for Jared, obviously, and he should easily have margin when he comes out of the pit lane.
Yep, he does. And Jared's going to set sail for the win here unless something happens. And going by the previous 2 races, it could possibly happen.
Yeah, late race
As we
safety
waited
car.
slowly
Late race
as
safety
we
car could
waited
play
closing up on Calbo.
bit of a factor there. Yeah, like you said, Wadey on Calbo. Because Calbo is still out of sync, obviously, with being starting on the hard compounded tyres. We think Wadey will have to come in again, considering he started on the soft compound tyres and went straight onto the mediums.
Look, positional changes. Calbo with the most on 8, but he'll have to make a stop. Dubstep, Donor, Penske. Edge and Conrad all on 3.
Oh,
So
Wadey down on the inside, I think. No, not quite.
is Extil is now in for his second stop. It's coming.
As he had that little mishap on lap 1, I think it was.
It's Mitchie and Conrad are going to have a battle on the pit on the long straight. Here comes Wadey.
Ooh, Calvo running a bit
Can he
wide. That was close.
There's Conrad. Mitchie and Conrad swapping positions. I was about to say Calvo is now in for his stop. He'll probably go on the mediums.
Yep. Done. Just put in the fastest lap as well. Cowboy should be still in the points.
There's Williams is 52 seconds behind.
So he'll
So unless a
comfortably...
late, I was gonna say unless a late safety car happens, might be where he finishes. Poor old Withers, who got points in the last race.
Yep.
His Derek Kidd is right behind Edge.
This is a bit of a recovery drive, like we said earlier, for Derek Kidd after having a spin. And obviously possibly was up there for a potential race winner, but I think that's sort of now gone down to the drain a little bit.
Just a tad.
Yeah, just a tad. But anyway. Should possibly have the DRS on Edge here. I don't think it'll be close enough for a move. Jarrett now 34-3
on the hards.
With that gap, 9 seconds.
Oh, lock up from Derek Kidd.
Not quite close enough here, but gap is starting to slowly come back down between second and third. Dona's starting to chip away a little bit on Penske's margin.
Derek's literally pushing Edge around the first couple of corners. Oh, it'll take a slapper.
Yep, that can happen coming around turns 3 and 4. Won't get a good run
under
here.
a second of Penske.
Might just have to bide his time here. Maybe wait for the back straight for Derek here, but yeah, under a second between Dona and Penske. And we know what that straight line speed of that Toro Rosso is like, even though these cars still have Honda power engines. This, well, these guys can choose whatever setups they like, but see Penske's gone for the straight line speed setup here.
And Dona's used up a lot of ERS too. He's at 6%.
Yeah, you have to save a little bit here.
Because we're on board with Derek Kidd again. He's closer to Edge than what he was last time. I think Edge might be letting him through.
Might be a bit of a fight there, I think.
Oh, lock up!
So that's got the back end of that one, but Derek moves back up in the 6th place. I think Deal has got
Still
by...
and Penny going side by side in the middle sector.
Yep. Nearly 11-second gap between BRL Jarrett and Penske. Still waiting to see whether Wadey does come in. The way he's going a little bit here, he looks as if possibly he may be trying to push on to another set of soft compounded tyres, but like we said earlier, they do die off very quickly, so if you're taking these medium tyres very long into the latter part of this race.
Penske really wide there
With this
for the second sector time. put Donor back into the fold.
Let's see what happens here. A little close here, but Donor just goes straight away, trying to save up his ERS, I think.
Oh, there's contact.
There is contact. May have got
any front wing damage.
Still got both end plates there. Might have a maybe slight bit of wing damage. We don't know.
Yeah, looks like he's got both his end plates yet, so it looks like he might be good for now. His edge is still behind Derek Kidd, 56.
Heart rate would have gone up a little bit there. We did mention it earlier. These two have had their little dramas in the past in league racing.
Yeah, and that's just another chapter.
This is very much another chapter, even though these two guys are in both Red Bull cars, Red Bull affiliated cars. They still race for position.
A bit sideways there for Penske.
It's probably really the closest
got
he's been.
himself up to 50% on ERS.
I'd use it maybe. You can afford to save a bit of ERS when you're behind the slipstream in the DRS, so it probably might be what Donor's doing here. Again, not quite close enough. These two have gapped. Dubstep behind is 5.3 behind these two.
And Derek Kidd's really in me weighty as well. He's bringing Edge along with him. Just keeping an eye on those times.
Edge is keeping up here with Derek Kidd.
Might be a smart play from Edge.
Yeah.
You know, save his fuel, ERS, make him drag him up. The yellow flag sector 2.
That's still around.
Still. He's crashed. Looks
just
like he's
parked
still
up
in.
At the barriers. Wadey's actually gone wide. Lost 2 spots.
Just caught the end of that. I do apologise.
And Dill's been
been disqualified.
That probably does not surprise me there at all. It's not been a great race at all for Dill, unfortunately.
Will that bring out a safety car?
I don't think it will.
No, I don't think it will either. Otherwise it would have been out by now. But Donor's right behind Penske again.
Yeah, under 3 tenths.
Second.
And again, just saving that ERS. Like he's been doing the last few laps here.
He's been doing that whole race pretty much. As Jared starts lap 22.
13-second gap between Jared and Penske. This is one of the closest battles we've got on the track at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, Edge is still behind Derek Kidd, but who knows how long that will last.
Oh, someone went around. It's Wadey's around.
I think that's Wadey.
I think those medium tyres will be gone.
He has a big gap between him and Withers.
We can get the car straightened up. That'll be nice. There we go. Might just have enough for a points paying position here.
And Wadey is now in the pits.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing on the way in the pit entry there. It should be soft, I would think, to the end of this race. This will be on a front wing change. This is Calvo 3-second time penalty.
And here comes Withers on the pit. Might get him. I think Withers might get Wadey here.
No, easy.
He has. I think he'll just get ahead of Panish. Yes, he does.
Our pole sitter is...
That's a bit of a lag spike there.
Our pole sitter's just outside the points at the moment. So he's got much fresher rubber and quicker rubber, so I'd be surprised to see that gap come down between he and Withers. But he'll have to make sure he can get these tyres to the end.
I think a fresh set might get him to the end.
Should be able to. Right, let's have a look at the penalty situation. Jarrett is a clean skin. Same with Penske and Donor. What's he got? One warning on one warning. So they've sort of kept it pretty clean. Dubstep as a it's got 3 seconds penalty, but not one. Well, yeah, actually it was for the corner cutting there. My bad. Derek Kitt is clean. Edge is on 1 warning. Mitchie's on 2 warnings. Conrad is a clean skin. Calbo, I think we know he's already got 2 penalties. And Withers has one penalty. And Wadey's on, we got 1 penalty as well. And Panache, we better include him as well. He's a clean skin.
As Wadey overtakes Withers on the pit straight with ease. But I'm watching this battle for P2 between Donor and Penske. It's been like this all race long. Donor just can't get past him.
What do you reckon? If Donor does not get by Penske in his last few laps, do you reckon he might go for maybe a late race dive bomb in the final lap?
I was thinking that. I was thinking maybe a last lap overtake somewhere, probably at the hairpin.
Yes. That'd be the ideal spot.
I mean, you can never know with these two. They could dive bomb each other at turn 1.
Yeah, that is very true.
Let's have a positional changes. Edge, Mitchie, Conrad, Calbo with the most gained on 4. Who would you give? We got about 5 laps to go. Who would you give driver of the day to?
Ooh, it's a tricky one. Wadey sets fast lap of the race. We'll come back to that in a bit of a second here. I think Exedona's really close here. Might look for a move. Penske will cover. And manages to hang on. Gets the drive out of this corner.
And Donor gets him. But no, Penske
he's not.
comes back.
Does he have another go here into turn 1? I don't think he will.
I think he would just hang back.
Yep. We'll take different lines here. It is close between these two. Very different lines there. Penske go the wide, come out and back in line, and Donut go the in-out line. Look at this. This is the battle for second place.
Here comes Donor, gets the drive. No, stays behind Penske. Might be waiting for that DRS straight.
Yep.
Donor gets squirmy on the exit.
So he's lost a lot of time here. That gap is sort of 0.6 of a second here. Still got DRS, but let's see what happens here down this back straight. Penske covering straight away, trying to break the slipstream.
Gaining, but not enough.
Oh, he's going for it.
Donor goes for it anyway. Oh, can he make it stick?
No. I don't think he does. Thankfully, they've both kept it clean, but Dona's now lost a bit of gap there between those two. I'm actually surprised there wasn't actually contact there.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. These two are keeping it clean.
They kept it clean.
As Calvo's making a move on Conrad at the hairpin. Doesn't get the move done, but looks of it.
Red Bulls are on the move here. The much favoured energy drink compared to the other one that probably no longer exists in Formula One. Gap 18 seconds between race leader Jared and Penske.
With these two battling, Jared's just gone off and off to this, just gone off really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Might be a bit too far back, but I set that last lap.
He did, and he went for the massive dive bomb. I think he's just got a bit more better margin here, unless he comes from a mile back, which I don't think that is possible.
Yeah, nah. I think he might be waiting for the next lap or the lap after. It's like 2 laps to go here at the Chinese Grand Prix. The battle of P2.
Would you risk a move for 3 extra points? That's pretty much the difference between these two positions. Would you risk it these last couple of laps?
Well, if knowing these two, I'd probably say yes.
Yes.
Can't have Toro Rosso beating Red Bull, can we? But
no, we can't. But obviously, well, it didn't quite happen in Brazil in the real life. Obviously, we know Max Verstappen took victory, but Pierre Gasly got second place in the Toro Rosso, so that's quite irrelevant, I know, compared to the game here. But
get back to your question. Would anyone risk it for 3 points? If this was the last race and the championship was decided by 2 points, and I need 3 points to get the championship, yeah, I would.
Yeah, I'd probably nearly be the same here. Let's see what happens here.
Donuts closes up again. Opens up the RS on back straight, but he's not close enough yet. Maybe. Ooh, thought about it, no, stays behind. As Jared starts the final lap of the Chinese Grand Prix.
Yep, it's pretty much in cruise control here. This is the battle, obviously keeping an eye on second and third place, because I think it's the only battle on the racetrack at the moment, although Calvo's still keeping tabs there. The other Red Bull, well, for this race, obviously, because ex-Dona's teammate is that Matt's not racing. Dona has a little look. Calvo getting in touch there with Conrad. Here we go again. Dona looks... No, trying to put Penske off here, but I think Penske's having none of it.
Dona's using his engine modes just to stay within that under a second, I should say.
He should be able to. You compare that to Penske, he's saving ERS quite a bit just to stay in front. Obviously going to be quite a contrast with these two compared to ERS. Race leaders pretty much at the hairpin. Oh, yellow flags.
Yellow flag, sector 3. It's Wadey.
Don't get caught up with the leader, but Jared's been the dominant yet again.
But here comes Jared around the final corner to take his second win of the season. Jared is your winner. We're going back to this battle, and I think Penske's pulled away.
Yeah, Dona didn't quite have enough, so straight line's beating the Toro Rosso. Manages to get him through there, and he's going to take second place, is Penske.
Yes, he does, and Penske is on the podium. First time podium for Penske, ladies and gentlemen. Deno Exodona is P3, as Withers overtakes, be waiting for P10. Here comes Derek Kidd for P5. Edge will finish in.
It's a decent recovery drive, I think, for Derek Kidd after what happened with that earlier spin. Here comes Mitchie in position 7.
Here comes Conrad, P8 again, I think.
Whoa, Calbo to the line.
Oh.
That was actually pretty close, but Calbo finishes 9th.
Yeah. 8th. Calbo gets 8th. Conrad gets 8th.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, Conrad gets 8th. Sorry.
I thought for a second my eyes were going, just deceiving me a little bit, but that's all right. Don't know whether Conrad actually ran out of fuel or not, but would not rule that out. But there's the podium. Spraying a lot of champagne here in China.
Joe with his second win of the season, his second in a row.
Yep.
I think that will give him the championship lead, I believe, if not tied. But here is your race order with Jared, Penske and Donut on your podium, with Dubstep in 4th with a 3-second penalty. Then it's Derek Kidd, Edge in 6th. Another good points haul for Racing Point. Yes, I said Racing Point. Mitchie in 7th. Conrad in 8th. His third P8 in a row, so nice job from him. Calbo in 9th. And Withers in 10th. So double points finish for Ferrari. The battle for second was really good, but outside of that, it wasn't as exciting as the first 2 races, I must admit.
No,
but what do you think of it?
China sort of brings up dull races from time to time, and probably if we had Ristol in this for the race, we probably might have had a fair battle, but you get that from time to time anyway. So, but next race should be, I think, very, very interesting. Wouldn't it be, Pricey?
Yeah. I believe that's at Azerbaijan, the Baku City circuit.
Correct.
But that will be in 2 weeks' time, ladies and gentlemen, as next week we'll have a week break because I think it's the F1. F1's next weekend, I believe.
Yeah,
unless I'm getting my days mixed up. Oh, this coming weekend. So no races on this weekend for RRL. So we're going to have a week break, and then the following week we'll be back here again on Saturday and Monday. Saturday is first, obviously, because it's first.
Yes.
Then we'll be back here on Monday on my Mixer channel for round 4 of RRL Oceania F1 League. But before we go, Ross, you got to give your driver of the day.
Oh yeah, this one was a bit of a tricky one to say. What for driver of the day? I think maybe Penske. I maybe just think with the way that obviously that he and Exodona were having their decent battle throughout the race, but managing to hang on with that straight line speed in that Toro Rosso. I think Penske might have my vote. What do you reckon, Frizy?
Yeah, I think Penske did a really good job in that Toro Rosso, holding off Exodona pretty much all race long. Getting the undercut on him. I'll give it to Penske. So that will do it for us tonight here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the race, even though it wasn't as exciting. But hopefully in 2 weeks' time at Baku might stir up some things.
Most definitely.
Yeah, and as always, the championship standings will be at the end of the video when I edit. When I edit it, if I can. If
make
not,
sure you make sure you subscribe to the RRL YouTube channel and the Twitch channel, and as well as Fryzy's Mixer channel. Obviously, you'll have the videos on the YouTuber channel, and depending on whether Mitchie is streaming on the RRL Twitch channel, there's a mouthful to say, I must say. But and also keep like I said, follow Frizy on Mixer. That's where you'll be seeing all the Monday live streams for the Redline Racing League.
Yes, unless something happens to me, and because we just did China, I might get coronavirus, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, well, until Baku, we will see you in 2 weeks' time for round 4. Bye.
See ya.